Oh, crap. Chances are, if you have climbing plants, you found them laying on their side like this. But I've come up with a cheap and easy DIY hack that prevents this from happening. So let's go into the shop and I'll show you what it is. I obviously staged this because I didn't want to wait 2 days to film when one of them fell over. So let's go to the shop. So here is an example of one that I've already finished up, and then here it is attached in the bottom of the pot. So then when we put our stake in, they just stand vertically. And if the soil gets loose, it doesn't really matter, it just hangs in there. So let's get on with the build. So these are the two types of supports that I like to make, and I use them depending on the different styles of pots. So for example, this pot here has a raised center, so I like to use this style because it sits flat. On this style, this has a flat center, so I use this style because it'll sit flat in the center then. To build these plant supports for the style of stakes that I'm using, I find that this 1/2" CPVC seems to fit the best for the stakes going in. And then, so it's just a section of, you can buy it in 10-foot or I think 2-foot sections, but it's cheap. I think for a 10-foot section it was $5 at Home Depot. And then the fittings, these are like 25 cents at Home Depot. So the whole cost of this is under $1 each. And then depending on whether you're making the T-style or this zigzaggy pattern, is just either 2 of these or 1 of these and 1 of these. It just depends. But for this, I have found that for this style pot, using a 4-inch, a 3.5-inch, and a 7-inch fits in there really well, and it's below the rim of the pot here, but above the surface of the dirt line, and that seems to work pretty good. So let's cut up some more PVC here. With all of our pieces cut up, we can start gluing it together. And I'm gonna glue up the bottom edge here first. So I'm using the 4-inch section. Into the 90 there. And then the 3.5-inch section. To the other side of the 90. And then on this side, I'm just going to do the 90 into the 7-inch section. Let that set up for a second. And then because we do want this thing to stand vertically, we're going to use a bubble beam for that, level, what have you. A little bit of glue on there. And then with this pressed down, you only have a couple of seconds really just to make sure that that is good. And we're within the lines, so that'll work. So now that this is all ready, it'll just sit in there, and you don't have to zip tie it in, but I just find it's easier moving it around and adding soil if this doesn't move at all. So what I like to do is zip tie it down. So on the bottom here, just gonna flip it over, drill 2 holes. And then that lines up there, and I can take 2 zip ties. Let's go from the inside. All right, so we have it like that. And just snug it down. And just like that. That's it. Well, we're not complete savages. We'll come through and trim these down. Now that's it. So now at this point, we're gonna add some ballast to the bottom. All right, let's go take this upstairs and replant it. We'll make a mess up there. All right, we gotta get these roots out of the old one. And this is pretty well root bound, so we'll have to sit here and work this for a bit. All right, I'd say that's pretty good. Now, just slide that in. And we'll just kind of position it how we want it. And there is pretty good. All right, there you go. It's all put together, it works well. If you have plants that keep falling over, give this a try and let me know what you think. Till next time, take care.